Hello, thank you for viewing Lydia's Insights. And now for the introduction. Sprinkle, 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 a sparkle, 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 a bunch of pizzazz and all that jazz. Woo! I haven't looked at my previous ones of exactly how I did it. If you're like, what is she doing? Well, this is something new that I've started to do. Or like saying this is the introduction, and because I have as yet to incorporate the editing and all that. And so if you have viewed this as that spiel has probably bored you to death, and so I'm going to continue on with what I wanted to share with you today. If you have been wondering, why didn't Lydia post the last couple Mondays? Well, the previous, not last Monday, but the Monday before was Labor Day, and I chose, I'm just not gonna do a video for Monday. And then, as the week progressed, I started feeling ill, and here is what I ended up finding out what the illness was. My daughter showed up on Monday with a stuffy nose and a headache and a low-grade fever. Excuse me. And so on Tuesday, I believe I as well had like a small headache. But headaches are so common. It's just like and she just has like a little cold. And so then on Thursday, because she was ready to go to school on Friday, or maybe it was more I was ready to send her to school on Friday, but she was doing well. She's doing great. So I got a home test for her to see if she has COVID, because that's what's going on right now. And it's right now, I was like, if you got COVID, you got to do this, and you got to report it here and report it there. And if you have a child and they're in school, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you do not, then prayerfully all this about this having to report it will all be gone by the time your child's old enough to go to school. So I got the home test Thursday night. Did it, and whoa, to my surprise, lo and behold, it came out to be positive. Positive. She was positively positive that she did have COVID. So there started the ball rolling. Though she was well enough to return to school on Friday, as you know, that meant us, me, my whole family, we had to be in quarantine. So that night, my son had a home football game, and it was already too late. The game, he wasn't yet playing, but the game was going to start at 6. I found out at 6:30, I think, the game. And by 3:30, they're running through things with the boys and all this. So there he was. He's going to play his game, and as far as I know, I could have, COVID myself. So I watched the game from my vehicle, which was actually a perfect view, and it was so much more comfortable. I'm going to, I'm not sure what happened. Oh, because it showed low battery. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the car on so I can plug, because I'm at the park right now, because I still have 2 high schoolers at home. So excuse me while I pick the phone up. And so, anyway, so I'm there watching the game from the van, which is perfect, as I said, because it was perfect view and everything. But now I have to hold the phone. Well, it's not very nice, because now my hands aren't free, and I really do like to use my hands when I'm talking. I'm gonna, oh well, it is what it is. So, the end of the game, I go, and I'm away from everybody. The people have already left and gone. So I go to pick up my son, and I didn't tell him the news till till we were in the van, which was a good thing because he was just so upset. And because he had just previously, 2 weeks before, because he had just gone back to school for 2 days, because he had just come back from being on quarantine because there was a football player that came down with it. So then everyone had to be quarantined. The whole team had to be quarantined. So he had just went back to school for 2 days, and now he was going back on quarantine because of his sister. So it was not a pleasant scene in the vehicle when I told him. But nonetheless, everything has worked out. And so my daughter Joy and my daughter Grace, my two younger ones, they're middle schoolers, they have gone back to school today. Grace barely had a sniffle, a sneeze, so she was great. And then my son did end up getting it, and I had to take him to the ER last Wednesday because he started like blacking out, and so that ended up being more of a dehydration thing. But it worked out great because they were able to do all these tests, and it came out to show that he does have the beginnings of pneumonia COVID. So that worked out great because then they were able to tell him, hey, you need to, of course, you need to hydrate yourself and a little bit more than what you're already doing. And they gave us a little tester for oxygen, so that's all great. And then my daughter, my older daughter, she as well came down with symptoms. She was also vaccinated along with myself and my other daughter, Grace. Joy had not been because she was too young, and my son, he was never available for when I was going to get the vaccine, so he didn't get it. So I do believe he got hit harder because of the asthma, and because his asthma is the worst out of all of us. So he did get hit really hard, which I already knew that he probably would. And it's crazy because the actual papers of him being released, it says right on there, it says that most people with COVID, you get to go home and you just ride it through. And then it says that there's a small percentage excuse me, of those that have to be hospitalized. So I know that there's all these things that's out there. The news is sensationalizing it as, I don't know. I'm not watching the news because for one reason I don't get it, and I just why fill myself with all this stuff of just bad after bad after bad after negative. It's not healthy. It harms us not only mentally but physically as well. It just starts wearing down our bodies. So I could look on the internet, I could look at this or that. Excuse me. I do have a little bit left of congestion, very little. I never got a lot of congestion with this, but I guess now that I'm to return to quote unquote normal, then I guess it's just like the rest of it's coming out, I guess. I don't know. So anyways, I do get to return to school on Tuesday, and I will be dissecting a lamb's brain. Woohoo! And then in my research, the psychology research, oh dear, that one is, at this time, I'm finding it difficult because it's right now, the part that I'm in is about statistics, and then I have to apply it to the research, and so it's just like, oh dear, this is tough, this is hard. So I would greatly appreciate some extra prayers, please. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you, and as to where I've been, and so that's that. And just want to encourage you, yes, things are just seeming to get, uglier. There's all these different things going on in the world. Excuse me, once again. I am aware that there's the things going on in Palestine. It's ugly, and but once again, what is it going to do? Me worrying about it? I can't personally change anything other than I can change myself. I can focus on changing myself and how I handle the situations around me. And right now in my world, I have to be concerned about my children and about taking care of myself, which is with my health, education, and doing what I can do to better myself, and doing what I can do to enlighten and encourage my children the best I can do, because I only listen to so much. I can't control what they choose to listen to and what they choose to do with the information I give them. So be empowered with knowing that you have the power to change you, and maybe God will help you and direct you to ways that you can influence others. Maybe not the president, but maybe so. Maybe in non-direct ways. So we don't know. So be encouraged and be strengthened in knowing that God is there with you, and He's watching over you with love, tender care, and kindness. And so be empowered. All right, bye. Thank you for viewing. Bye.